Welcome back to another day of living in the new house. I should have got up early this morning because there is rain on the way all weekend and there's some outdoor jobs we need to get done. Let me set the scene first. So we have electricians coming round on Monday for the first 4 days of the week to start doing all the major rip out stuff and everything else. There's a lot of work I need to do, prep work I need to have done in advance. So building this part of the wall was one of them. I think building this part of the wall is going to be another one because I am having one socket put in there, but that one's less of a problem. The other thing is I need to get as much stuff out of the house as possible, which means I've got to take some bits back to my parents. The bed and etc. is going to have to go into the garage, but that's like last thing to do to make sure that we're not chewing up floor space. So they can lift the floorboards, they can move everything out. Does also mean emptying the office, which is going to be problematic because I've got loads of stuff stashed in there as well. But I need to try and do things in order because we have rain inbound at 4 o'clock. Now, jobs I need to get done, outdoor jobs I need to get done first is we have the big piece of plywood downstairs. So we've got to mount a backing plate into this. So we've got to chop a section out of the stud work and push a plate into the back of it to mount the radiator on, because that's where the radiator is moving from there onto there now. Unfortunately, that piece of ply is massive and it doesn't really fit upstairs. I reckon I could probably get it up if I absolutely desperately had to. But ideally, what I want to do is chop this up first and then get it up in the loft. Now, you may be asking, why have you got such a big piece of ply? It's only a small section of wall. Reason is it was cheaper like this. We had the plumber with the van to actually help us bring that back. And we actually need some of that to make the plates that the fuse board, valve board, whatever we call it, isolation board, and the expansion vessels and everything else like that is going on in the loft. And I also need that to use over the top of the I-beam. Hopefully that is the right depth as well. So what we need to do is get that out, get that chopped and get that outside. We also have the added conundrum of all of this wood, which we were planning on having a fire pit over the weekend with. But unfortunately, it's going to start raining about 4 o'clock. It is currently about 1:30. So I really don't think we're going to be doing a fire pit over the weekend. The neighbours also have washing out, and I don't want to get smoke all over the washing, so I'm not going to start getting rid of that now. So that's going to be a conundrum. That's probably going to have to get chopped up and moved into the shed. Now, again, I can't do that inside. It's going to get dust everywhere. But ideally, I want to chop that up into lengths all outside, load up the shed with all that wood just so it's out of the way. And then, yeah. There's quite a lot to do. So we've got the measurements for that piece of board down here. I've just got to take some measurements up in the loft for the piece we need in the loft. We're going to launch it outside and get that chopped up. And then, yeah, at least that's the worst of the outdoor job that needs to be done out of the way. So get ready for more wood cutting. Now, you may have seen from the last vlog, I was having big problems with when I was cutting huge lengths that the wood was flopping down like that. So I've just engineered a very quick little handy dandy, because I don't have a third trestle, hold the wood up, which should hopefully stop it flopping down so much. Well, that's not good. I got down to that last cut, well, second from last cut, and then it started chucking it down, and I was like, it was like trying to cut through. I got a little bit squiffy towards the end, but we had to go quick cut. But the key thing is that we've at least got it down to a manageable size chunk, so I can just go chop that bit upstairs now, thankfully. So yeah, this rain's about 2 hours early. Guess that stops outdoor play for the time being, so we'll probably go cut that bit upstairs and then start a new job. Right, well, we're going to crack on with chibbling this bit out. Lesson learned, mistake. I shouldn't have put that other piece of plywood up. It would have made it a lot easier to measure and mark up. But me being stubborn has decided that I won't take it down, I'll measure it in situ. So this could go badly wrong, but we've marked out now here a 800mm high, wherever the line is, you can't really see it on the camera, there it is, and a 12mm deep line going all the way through that batten, halfway into that one and halfway into this one. Oh, I'm still going to do the 12mm depth on that side. And then we're going to grab the multi-tool, of which most of my blades are starting to die now, so we may potentially need to go buy a new one. More tool-related shenanigans. And then we're going to get on with having a go at chiseling that out. I get the impression I may be better off using a chisel eventually, but we'll give it a crack with the multi-tool, see how we get on, and hopefully this doesn't all go wrong. By no means perfect, but the material is out at least, and I found an excuse for the planer. What I found is when I was using the multi-tool, it was really hard to try and keep it straight, so this is where you can see this sort of cut out along this edge isn't great. But when I actually got down to using the circular saw, I got much better results out of it. Now, it's by no means perfect, but the main material's out. I haven't destroyed the beam, which is the main thing, so it's all going to be hidden away in the wall, so not so much of an issue. The only problem I have got is that when I come to do these edges, it's going to be infinitely more difficult, because particularly that one, I'm not going to be able to get the circular saw in. That one I probably can, and I might actually, because I'm not going all the way through the beam, might zip all the way up the full length of it. But yeah, they're going to be challenging. But anyway, I'm going to take a bit of a break for a second. We're going to have a bit of a think about how we can improve on that and take some lessons learned, and then we'll come back and finish off the next couple of edges. But that took a lot longer than I was planning for it to take, as with everything so far. That side was much better. We had to be careful because of the cables, but that felt much smoother. Mix of circular saw and then multi-tool towards the end of it. But yeah, that was much cleaner. So we've just got that last corner left to do now. But given that the light's gone down, I'll double check the weather forecast, but I think we're okay now for rain. So I may get a fire pit started just to get a move on and getting rid of some of that wood, which should be good. Well, this is nice. I'm sitting here having a moment. I'm incredibly grateful that I've actually managed to get enough space that I can do this kind of thing in the garden. It's nice. I like sitting and chilling and looking at fire. I am man-made fire. But yeah. It's nice to just chill out, relax, burn what's left of my walls, and yeah, just take a moment. So I think we're going to sit here and try and burn through some of the material, and then might sit here and do some vlog editing as well. By the way, I have no idea if you can see me. Hopefully you can. But yeah, I think we'll call it there for the day, and crack on with some more work tomorrow, but I think we've earned a chill evening off.